Farmer of the Year Grand Final for season 55. Please welcome to the stage a man whose only skill is walking close to the micro speakers and doing his own voiceover. Let's welcome to the stage your MC for the evening. It's me, Tarada. I'm going to warn you now, I'm very excited, and at some stage this evening I am probably going to cry. Because this is a pretty special event. We've been with, I'm doing it soon. We've been with a lot of these contestants for many, many years. Tonight is a night that will change their lives. We have previous winners in this room. They know everything that it is about. Many of you would have been here. Before we begin, I am going to welcome my wonderful friend to the stage, Kiriyama Kamori, to perform a karakia to set the tone for the evening. Please, a round of applause for Kiriyama.
Kia ora. Hautea I te rita harakiki. Kei he ko mā ko e ko. Ki mai koi ki ahau. Hi ati e mui nui, hi ati mui ti o te ao. Māku I ki atu he tangata, he tangata, he tangata. Tuatahi mihi nui ahau ki ngā tangata o tēnei whenua nai tahu. Tuarua he mihi nui ahau ki ngā kai hu whenua rangatahi o Aotearoa ki e kaha kai pari. Tuatoru e hihia ana ahau ki te whakai ngā rangatira Linda Coppersmith me Jessie Waite me ngā pau whakahaere o te New Zealand Young Farmers e mihi ana ki a koutou katoa. Tua whā kei te pirangi ahau ki te mihi nui te tangata kaupapa me ngā kai tautoko. Ka mutu he mihi nui ahau ki te katoa I hui ana ki Timaru mō te FMG New Zealand Young Farmers Grand Final e mihi ana ki a koutou katoa. Ko raki te mona, ko waitaki te awa, ko taki tū me te waka, ko hurirapu te hapu, ko tuahiri te marae, ko nai tahu, rawa, ko Ngāti Māmoe, Ngā iwi, nō rangi ora ahau. Kia ora, and welcome everybody to the 55th FMG Young Farmer of the Year Awards. My name is Kiriyama, and it's been my privilege to open this evening show with a karakia and to welcome you to the mighty Timaru. But before I do this, I'd like to explain to you my opening in English. So I started with a whakatauki, or a chant. This helps settle the nerves of the pai, getting on the pai or the stage. So, hutea te rito o te harakiki is if you pluck out the centre shoot of the flax, where will the bellbird sing? If you ask me what is the most important thing in the world, I will reply, it is people, it is people, it is people. Then I went into acknowledgement. So firstly, tuatahi. I acknowledge Ngāi Tahu, the people of this land. I acknowledge them. Second, I acknowledge the 7 grand finalists who you will be meeting again shortly. Be strong, kia kaha, go well, Heidi Pai. I acknowledge you all. I then acknowledge the CEO, Linda Coppersmith, the chair of the New Zealand Young Farmers Board, Jessie Waite, and the rest of the board that sit behind Linda to tautoko her in her role. And of course, the dignitaries that are in attendance tonight and the sponsors of this great contest. I acknowledge you all. But finally, and most importantly, I want to acknowledge he tangata, all of you that have come here all across the country to support friends and family, to support the people that are in Ag Kids, FMG Junior, FM Young Farmer of the Year. I acknowledge you all, so kia ora. Finally, I had my pepeha, or mihi. So before European contact, Māori were solely an oral-based society, so everything was handed down via whakapapa. So for me, my whakapapa, or where I started, is Southland. My nan, she was a bit of a rat bag, and she ended up eloping with an Italian whaler, Daisy Rosetto, and ended up sort of in North Canterbury. So my iwi is Ngāi Tahu and Ngāti Māmoe. My mountain is Mount Cook. My river is the Waitaki, the mighty Waitaki. My boat is the Taki Tumu, and my marae is at Tuahiwi, north of Christchurch, so kia ora. I just want to now finish and open us with a karakia to keep us safe, to open tonight's event, so kia ora. I te atua, kia horo te marino, kia whakapapa pounamu te moana, hei huarahi mā tātou I te pōnei, aroha atu, aroha mai, tātou I a tātou katoa, Ameni. In English, may peace be widespread, may the sea be like greenstone, a pathway for us all this day, or this night. Let us show respect for each other, for one another, bind us all together. Kia ora, have a great night. Thank you.
Ngā mihi ki te ama. And so here we are now in the realm of the FMG Young Farmer of the Year Grand Final Evening Show. What a sensational few days we have had in the city of Timaru. I know the mayor said they weren't quite a city the other day, but what an aspirational people they are down in this part of the world. I think they could be a city if their streets weren't so wide. There's a lot of room for infill housing in the streets of Timaru. We arrived here a couple of days ago. On Thursday, we had the parade and the technical day. There is a lot of this competition that you, the ordinary public, don't get to see. The contestants spend, particularly in the grand final, an enormous amount of time. They've worked through business projects over the last 6 weeks. They have a very challenging technical day where they go through their leadership skills, HR, a business presentation. They have an exam. I am still deeply traumatised by having to sit through an HR meeting with a woman called Helga, who was singularly the worst human being I have ever encountered. And they all did brilliantly. I often wish that you could see what it is that goes into making the people you see up on here on the stage tonight. It is not simply the practical skills they have on farm. It's not simply their knowledge in this. It's them as people, as leaders, of members of their communities, because the person that we find here being the winner tonight is someone who really does encompass what it means to be a farmer. That very broad term, all-encompassing term in 2023. We also tonight are celebrating the winners of the FMG Junior Young Farmer of the Year and the FMG Agri-Kids. They're here tonight. We're going to name them later on. What about a round of applause for them? They are awesome. As part of our manakitanga, you've found your way to this beautiful event centre / basketball court. In Timaru. It's great, and we have a team of people who have made it look fantastic. I'm now going to tell you how to leave. If there is any form of an emergency, you can see exits in either corner of the room. If you head out this way, I think you pop across to the other side of the hockey field, and this way it's to the netball courts. If we do find ourselves outside, women, tonight you are looking sensational, but you are not dressed for the climate. Gentlemen, offer up your coats. Or failing that, if the building is on fire, which is the reason that we have evacuated, just move closer to the fire so that you are nice and warm, but not so close that you are horrifically burned. The most important evacuation point of the evening, the wharipaku, the toilets are located through the door here in the foyer. If you have a phone, now's an excellent time to put it on to silent, or even better, turn it off for the evening. All of the people that you need to communicate with are right here in this room. Smoking is very simple. Wash Dyke is a beautiful part of Timaru. Head out the door, down Waiidi Street, get to the highway, keep walking till you get to Wash Dyke. When you go to light your cigarette or your little vaping machine, just listen on the cusp of the breeze. You will hear the sound of our merriment and laughter. Reassess your lifestyle options. Come back and join us in the room. All right, here's how tonight is going to run. The bar is closed. That's it. No, it's going to open again for that one guy who suddenly had a panic attack. Bar's closed during the course of the first half. We'll open it up again at the break. We'll close it during the awards and we'll go on from that. We're going to have the agri-knowledge or the knowledge quiz right now. Then we're going to have a beautiful dinner. We're going to engage then in the oldest of all human traditions, the sharing of food with friends and family. We will have the awards ceremony and then we have some live entertainment. Shuttle buses are available at 10:30 to shuttle people back to a few destinations around town. And we, by which I mean you, probably not me, it's been a long weekend. The event concludes for you at 1:30. All right? Good. Never have I ever had applause for the time that an event concludes. So... we're going to have a great night. Hey, now, we would not be here if it were not for the support of our family of sponsors. We use the word family really deliberately because these 12 sponsors are really very, very special to each and every one of the people involved in this. I want to pay a huge thanks to FMG, to Ravensdown, to WorkSafe, Ministry for Primary Industries, the Environmental Protection Authority, to Honda in Milwaukee, Lincoln University, Massey University, New Holland, PTS Logistics, and Bushbuck. Let us give a round of applause to all of them. For those of you who don't know what that sponsorship entails, it isn't simply financial. They have their people in the field with us at regionals, for all of the regionals, all 7 of them that we go through. They're doing modules and various other things, and we have them with us at Grand Final as well. Many of them change out the staff that they have coming to those. Some of them have the same people coming week in, week out. They're a part of this rolling circus that is the FMG Young Farmer of the Year, and we really appreciate it. I also want to give a shout out to, it's quite a big list of local supporters, and I think you'll see how well supported this has been. Have a little listen to these names, and I say to you, not whether you're in this community or whether you go back to your own, whoever it is that's sponsoring anything, whether it's an event, a sports team, a cultural group, an activity, whatever it may be, have a little look in your communities who those people are and those businesses, and if you have a choice as to where to spend your money, have a look who is taking that money and reinvesting it back into the best of you. In our case, I want to thank the Winchester AMP Showgrounds, the Winchester Rodeo Committee, the South Canterbury Polo Club, Geraldine Lions Club, Fire and Emergency NZ, Timaru Girls High, Environment Canterbury, Meadow Mushrooms, Silver Fern Farms, Barkers of Geraldine, Whitestone Cheese Company, Agri HQ, Kinsman Contracting, Pie Group, Winchester Rural School, Timaru District Council, Venture Timaru, Rate Fencing, Cunliffe Fresh Produce, Leaderbrand South Island, Critchell Down Potatoes, Lovett Family Farms, Adamine Farms, Craighead Hockey Club, New Zealand Young Farmers Foothill Clubs, Point Lumber, Bayonet, Rainer Irrigation, RX Plastics, Vhoof, Lister, Lepotre, Crop Farm and Mainland Wool. Look at them. Give them a round of applause. I'm going to dehydrate. Oh, it's taken it out of me. All right. We also have a lot of special guests. Apologies in advance. I know there's some people who may not necessarily be on this list, but I'm going to name some of the people that we have here. 2 very special people to me and to the competition. We have with us tonight Eric Roy, New Zealand Young Farmers patron and New Zealand Young Farmers Life member. We've got Warwick Scott here as well. Lovely to catch up with those two. Neville Moorhead, New Zealand Young Farmers Life member. The Honourable Joe Luxton is here. Associate Minister for Agriculture Greg O'Connor from the Labour Party MP is here. Christopher Luxon, Leader of the National Party, is here, along with Todd McClay, Miles Anderson, James Mega, and the excellent Tim van der Molen, who 10 years ago took out this title. Look how far you can go. Clearly it's an election year. Welcome aboard. We do this every year. We've also got Mark Cameron from ACT. We had a wonderful welcome from Timaru Mayor Nigel Bowen the other day. He's here as well. And we have, our whanaunga from the other competitions as well. The 2022 Young Horticulturalist of the Year, Regan Judd, and the 2023 Dairy Manager of the Year, Jack Symes. What about a round of applause for those 2 young people? I'm going to be through the introduction soon. Here are 3 of the most important people in the room, and they are sitting right down there, and I really do appreciate them. That's what they look like. They are the judges. All I do is read aloud. It was the first thing I was ever good at. I was 8. I said, that'll do. When it comes to the answers, if I am in any doubt whatsoever, I will throw to my wonderful judges. They have a wealth of experience. Ashley Campbell was the first ever female finalist in the 2016 Ahu Whenua Young Māori of the Year Dairy Competition. Finalist in the 2019 Woman of Influence Awards in the rural Canterbury, and in 2020, the youngest ever recipient to win the Fonterra Dairy Woman of the Year Award. A huge number of roles as well, and particularly within young farmers. At one point, national chair for New Zealand Young Farmers. A round of applause as we welcome Ashley Campbell. Hamish Fraser is here, grew up on the family farm, completed a Bachelor of Agricultural Science with first-class honours at Lincoln University. Now co-CEO, working alongside family members and others in an ever-expanding group of companies with diverse business interests. He's on the Dairy Industry New Zealand board, and he's an independent trustee for the New Zealand Rural Leaders Trust. Let us welcome Hamish Fraser. And we have Kate Scott as well, Executive Director of LandPro, environmental consultancy business which provides farm environmental, aerial surveying, resource management, GIS and technical service for farmers and growers. She is also a 2018 Nuffield Scholar and Chair of the New Zealand Rural Leadership Trust. And in March this year, she was awarded the 2023 Rabobank Emerging Leader Award. Let's welcome Kate Scott. As I say, for those of you who have seen it before, if I'm in any doubt whatsoever, I will throw to the judges, will allow them to confer their decisions final. All right, where would we be without FMG? I personally would be paying a rather large car accident bill on my own. Made a claim through FMG Connect the other day, brilliant. Haven't talked to Adam about it yet, but I will. Later in the evening. Hey, look, they have been magnificent as a part of this competition. They have staff out there throughout the course of the whole thing and provide a huge amount of support. We really appreciate it. So I would like now to welcome the CEO of FMG, Mr. Adam Heath.
Tim Danjan was the 2022 winner of the FMG Young Farmer of the Year. So, who will Tim hand over the cloak of knowledge to in 2023? No, it's not him. Once again, FMG is proud to support the FMG Young Farmer of the Year contest and get in behind all of this year's deserving finalists. Good on you, Lisa, Emma, Patrick, Mac, Peter, Nick and Hugh. Let's not forget all the amazing volunteers. And a special mention to all the AgriKids, junior and young farmers from around the country who gave back to the community in the FMG region. All the best from FMG. We're here for the good of the country.
Good? Excellent, thank you. Tēnā koutou katoa. It's a privilege to be here in Timaru this evening for this wonderful occasion. As principal sponsor for our 8th successive year, FMG is very proud to be part of this iconic event that represents all that is good about rural New Zealand. Congratulations to our finalists from across the country for all your hard work and dedication to get to this point, and all the families, supporters and communities that have helped you get here. I want to acknowledge all of those in the room affected by the recent severe weather events, particularly our East Coast region that suffered so greatly, made significantly worse by Cyclone Gabrielle. Now, as a mutual, we're owned by our members, so that means your success is our success. It also means that when times are tough, it's personal for us too. So it makes sense to support our rural people and your communities to succeed this year more than ever. We love this competition for its sense of community, for its promotion of achievement and leadership in the food and fibre sector, and for its support of tomorrow's leaders. Now, most of the people in this room will know that over 80% of goods exported from New Zealand come from the food and fibre sector. It's a major economic driver for Aotearoa, and this competition is an excellent way to progress and grow your career in a critically important sector. There's an opportunity for all contestants to be tomorrow's leaders if they choose, and we currently have a former winner on the FMG board in Simon Hopcroft, who's here tonight in support. Thank you, Simon. So FMG Young Farmer of the Year is a showcase of how rural New Zealanders tackle challenges head on, leading with innovation, ambition and determination. And that is why we are so proud to support it. So good luck to all our very worthy contestants. You embody all that is great about this wonderful sector. Enjoy the challenge, the camaraderie and the experience, and FMG looks forward to supporting your efforts both now and into the future. Thank you, ngā mihi nui.
Thank you, Adam. Before we meet the contestants, one more group of folk to welcome. I'd like to welcome all of those people who are sitting in the comfort of their homes, watching this on the live stream, or who are parked up on a ute on a hilltop trying to get a little bit of signal because someone forgot to subscribe to Skylink just for this. So for all of the people who are on the live stream and couldn't make it to beautiful Timaru, let's give them a round of applause and welcome them in as well. Let's crack on. We're here for two reasons tonight. This is the main reason, the excellent knowledge quiz. I'm going to welcome our 7 contestants to the stage. As you can see, they are in alphabetical order, which makes it pretty easy. If you want to have your contestant near the start of this, parents, it might be too late by now. Choose a letter high up in the alphabet. Here we go. Gives me enormous pleasure to welcome the first of our contestants to the stage. It is Emma Poole. Farmers Club. It is Emma Paul, who said when she entered this as a grand finalist for the second time, I was going to work on my fitness. How did that work out for the last couple of days?
The last couple of days has been a lot of fitness, and not a lot before that, Radar.
Well, it was grueling.
You're telling me.
Yeah, I just had to watch. I was still exhausted. Hey, look, not only physically grueling, mentally grueling as well. I've seen a lot of people go through frustration in this. Tell us what happened at the start of the agri-sports yesterday.
It was, it was pretty frustrating to say the least. I think the summary of it was that Mum cried, Dad walked away, Tim couldn't watch, and my husband was drawing out the divorce papers as he watched me. It was a new bit of kit, they're hard to get the pin in, yeah? Oh, I think it was a user error there.
User error?
I hope no one here judges me on my ability to drive a tractor, because I can fix an animal.
They're not. I think what they're going to judge you on the fact that you spent such a long time on that, and then you absolutely came back and came in third in that. And I thought it was one of the most incredible performances I've seen. It's Emma Paul. Let us welcome next to Emma, it's Hugh Jackson. The young man representing Otago Southland from the excellent Thornbury Young Farmers Club, always a smile on his face. Was there any stage in the last couple of days, Hugh, when that smile sort of disappeared?
Oh yeah, definitely. Pretty challenging out there, and the organisers and sponsors did a great job of putting on a really good show, so well done to them.
Hey, look, I sat through your HR challenge with the abominable Helga. I don't know what I would have done. For people who didn't see it, what really was Helga's issue?
Oh yeah, she wasn't happy about life, that's for sure.
Have you ever had to come across anything like that in your ordinary kind of day-to-day life and work?
Thankfully not, no, not that bad.
Will you be requiring counselling?
Will I be required?
Yeah, because I need it. Was that what was the most difficult part of the entire last couple of days for you?
Hello?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm still here. Exam was pretty tough. A few things there that I would have studied if I knew they were there, but that's the whole point about the competition.
Well, if you knew they were there, it wouldn't do at any point. Hey, look, it is wonderful to have you on board. A round of applause for Hugh Jackson. Sitting next to Hugh, let's welcome Lisa Kendall. From the Northern region, a member of the Franklin Young Farmers Club, 3 times Northern champion, 2 times grand finalist. We had one where there was a bit of a blip with disease. We couldn't get here, but here you are. Have you had a great time, Lisa Kendall?
Yeah, heaps of fun, yep.
You always look as if you're so concentrated out there. Look, you do a huge amount of stuff as a lifestyle block contractor. Had you encountered most of the challenges?
I've never driven a square baler in my life, so that was interesting, yeah.
How about irrigation? Did you do a lot of irrigation?
Not so much in South Auckland, but a little bit of exposure, yeah, through some farming, so.
Yeah, because that was a difficult challenge, that first head-to-head. They didn't give you any instructions on how to build that irrigation system, did they?
No, yeah, that was, yeah, not my finest work.
Look, it could have been worse. Hey, what's been the highlight for you over the last couple of days?
I enjoyed Technical Day, yeah, that was good fun, yeah.
And I saw you do an incredible business presentation. For people who aren't really seeing it, just quickly, the challenge that first head-to-head. They didn't give you any instructions on how to build that irrigation system, did they?
No, yeah, that was, yeah, not my finest work.
Look, it could have been worse. Hey, what's been the highlight for you over the last couple of days?
I enjoyed Technical Day, yeah, that was good fun, yeah.
And I saw you do an incredible business presentation. For people who aren't really seeing it, just quickly describe what was the challenge that you were presented for that business presentation?
Basically, I was improving a farming business financially, environmentally, and in terms of social license to operate. So my business plan was around SPCA certified red meat.
Brilliant, which your farm actually is as well. So you are a great competitor. It's always a pleasure to see you. Lisa Kendall, everybody, a round of applause. Let us now welcome next to her, it's Mac Williams. From From the Taranaki Manawatu region, representing Massey Young Farmers Club, Mac Williams. No stranger to the stage when it comes to receiving accolades, a former FMG Junior Young Farmer champion. Much of a jump up in grade between the juniors and here, Mac?
Oh, massively. It's a totally different ball game, really. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you surprised? Like, you're in the regional there, and were you a little bit surprised to make it through and to turn up here?
Yeah, I was actually shocked, really. I showed up just trying to learn a few things and see what can come of it, and next thing you know, we're here. So.
Yeah. What do you think the main thing you learnt was?
There's been a lot. Just what you can do under pressure. We've found that just yesterday as well, especially in practical day. There's a few things that you normally do real well with a bit of time, but pressure makes a big difference.
It does make a huge difference. Hey, and look, reading you by, I think you were 10 when your granddad bought you a cow.
Yeah.
And here you are, literally only 10 years later.
Yeah, here we are.
Here you go. And also one of, I think, 3 from the West Coast. What is it about the West Coast that makes you so competitive?
Well, like I said at the start there, I think there's something in the water there. There's plenty of people sitting here tonight that have, come around a lot of us, and I think we're going through the same school together as well, actually. It's quite instrumental there.
It is a small world, New Zealand. The West Coast is even smaller. You're a great competitor. We love having you here. It's Mac Williams. From Tasman, it's Nick O'Connor. From the Lincoln Young Farmers Club in the Tasman region, currently studying at Lincoln University. How much of that study at Lincoln University came into its own in the last 2 or 3 days, Nick O'Connor?
Oh, yeah, a fair bit. I'm taking finance next semester, which would have been bloody good to take the one just been with that exam, but yeah.
For people who didn't see the exam, what was the challenge that you were set?
It was all sorts, from taxation to dairy, kind of budgeting, ETS, and even a bit of soil science in there as well.
Pretty challenging. And then, of course, the most public spectacle, brother against brother in the agri-sports event. Did you look down the line and see the older brother down there just a little bit ahead?
Yeah, he was a long way ahead at the start, and I tried my best to catch up, but nah, he's just got longer legs than me, really.
I'm just going to really just put it down to that, but I tell you what, seeing the O'Connor boys first and second with line honours in agri-sports must have been... What was the family conversation last night?
Oh, yeah, it was pretty good, eh? Pretty proud of us, but I guess he's just the older brother, isn't he? He's always going to be a little bit ahead.
I'll tell you what, there's still time to overtake that older brother in the next 45 minutes or so. A round of applause for Nick O'Connor. Sitting next to Nick, let us welcome Patrick Crawshaw. From the East Coast region, representing the Estview Young Farmers Club. Hello, Patrick Crawshaw.
Kia ora, T-Raider.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Very good indeed. Hey, now, look, you are one of the people that have been in this situation before. You've been to a grand final. What's the difference between this one and the last one for you?
I guess it's just coming in with a different frame of mind, being aware that there's only one winner, and there's a lot of opportunity that the NZYF and the competition carries in respect that it has. So just being aware that there's a lot of opportunity to take up, and yeah, there's some great competitors in amongst us that are going to be able to help lead the industry that we need from them.
It's always great watching people who have competed before, that ability to look down the line and know what to do. Was there anything this time round that you had to go at and you went, I did not expect this and I have never done it before?
Oh, there was plenty that I hadn't done before. Yeah, I mean, I guess the opportunity with being there the second time is just knowing that there is going to be those things that are going to come up, and you've just got to apply what you can and your skill set to it.
What was the highlight of the weekend?
Getting to know the competitors more, great group of people, and exceptional people in their own right.
Tell you what, if the competition doesn't work out with farming over on the coast, I think diplomacy, you can make a great diplomat. Hey, and it is always a pleasure, Pat Crawshaw. Let's give him a round of applause. Love having him here. One more from Old Angie, Peter O'Connor. Farmers Club. Hello, Peter.
How you going, Raider?
Look, I tell you what, I'm going great, but I'm exhausted even remembering watching you run down that final straight in agri-sports yesterday with all of the speed and stamina of someone who looked as if they hadn't just spent the last 12 hours in a field doing a practical challenge.
Oh, you forgot about the grace of a giraffe as well, but...
Well, kind of like a giraffe, that had maybe was intoxicated. Hey, what's been the highlight for you over the last couple of days, Peter?
I think it was that agri-sports, driving that New Holland tractor down the home straight and getting across the line. That was, yeah, really cool.
Were you having a little look back down the line? Because you set a pretty early lead to get into that. Were you thinking around your quality or your speed, or did you want to achieve both?
I was trying to achieve both and still keep ahead, I suppose. I was lucky that I've wrapped quite a few end caps in my time on bales, so I knew what to do there, and I think that helped me get out in front, and then it was just maintaining that advantage. So.
Hey, brilliant. Hey, you were the Dairy Trainee of the Year, I think, a couple of years back. What is it about competitions that you really like entering?
I'm a pretty competitive person and like to get out there and challenge myself, so yes, the competitions are a great way to do that.
Well, I'll tell you what, you were on stage with 6 other people who like to get out there and challenge themselves as well, and they are all very, very competitive. Let us give all 7 of our grand finalists a round of applause. So, after everything we have gone through to get to this moment in time in this stadium in Timaru, how do they rank right now after the technical day, the speeches and the practical J challenges? That's the ranking. We are not going to show you the score. But as every one of these contestants knows, the closest we had this year over around the 550 points that we averaged was 0.3. That is how close we have been. How close will we be tonight? We will find out at the end of the evening. All right, we're going to head into the quiz. This is going to be challenging for them, and it's going to be challenging for you for one very, very simple reason. Your job over the next half an hour or so is to say absolutely nothing. Yeah? All right, here we go. I'm going to explain every round and how it works for the contestants and for yourselves. The first of our rounds is the quick buzzer round. Got 20 short questions. Any contestant can buzz in to answer, but they must wait for their name to be called. Once I've called their name, they've got 4 seconds to answer. They receive 1 point for a correct answer. If they buzz in and they cannot answer or answer incorrectly, they lose a point. All right, all of our buzzers have been checked earlier on. Just a reminder for the crowd, nice and quiet. To the contestants, all the very best. Here we go. Question number 1. What is the average estrus length in dairy cows? Patrick, Indonesia have been fighting since May 2000. Emma?
Foot and mouth?
Is absolutely right. Who invented the herringbone cowshed? Who invented the herringbone cowshed? All right. In days, what is the gestation length of a dairy cow? Patrick?
282 days.
Is absolutely right. What is the sheep version? What is the sheep version of Ostatagia worms called? Ostatagia worms, the sheep version. Q.
Strongo.
Not the answer I want. What breed were the first dairy cows to arrive in New Zealand? Peter.
Jersey.
No. What species is the Brahman cattle breed? Patrick?
Bos Indicus.
Absolutely right. What piece of farm equipment would you find a worm drive on? Peter?
Shearing machine.
Yes. What measurement is used to test sugar content in fruit? Patrick?
Brix levels.
Yes. What is the suggested vacuum in a low-line dairy plant? Peter?
Negative 42 kPa.
No, Judge. No, that's not. No. Who holds the men's 8-hour lamb shearing record? Peter?
Leon Samuels.
No. How many traits are included in the calculation of breeding worth? Nick?
9.
No. Wayne Langford is popular on social media under Hugh?
YOLO farmer.
Absolutely right. How many New Zealand young farmers clubs are there currently? Hugh?
56.
64 is the answer we wanted. End of the round. A round of applause for the contestants. Here are the ones we didn't get. Acronym. The ESG stands for Environmental Social Governance is the answer we were wanted. There's slightly more breeding cows, Patrick. The number of beef breeding cows in New Zealand, 1.065 million. I would have accepted 1.1 million. Who invented the herringbone shed? Ron Sharp, after he saw cars parked in Garden Place, angle parked. Brilliant gentleman from the Waikato. The sheep version of Ostatagia worm is called Taladorsagia. The Shorthorn or Durham were the first dairy cows to arrive in New Zealand. 40 to 42 kilopascals was the answer I wanted for the low-line vacuum in a dairy plant. Jack Fagan holds this 8-hour lamb shearing record. And there are 10 traits included in the calculation of breeding worth. So, while our scores are being tabulated all the way from Palmerston North and with campuses elsewhere and online, let's hear from one of the education providers who lead the charge in groundbreaking research, Massey University.
Massey University is Aotearoa, New Zealand's #1 ranked university for agriculture. Agriculture and horticulture drive our economy, and at Massey University, we partner with industry to ensure our world-leading research and teaching is focused on developing future farm systems that are innovative, sustainable, and both environmentally and animal welfare friendly. Our students experience world-renowned work-integrated learning programs designed to produce graduates in high demand, both nationally and internationally.
Brilliant. How are we for scores, James? Just a couple of seconds. I'm just going to point out as well, if people are going to get up, please try not to get up during the quiz. If you do, just in the breaks. And if you find yourself at the door, we might just put someone there. Let's not let anyone back in while we're asking any questions, just in between rounds for that. So we're just waiting on the tabulation of scores. Not easy, is it? With the lights and the pressure and the questions and the answers that you think you know. Just waiting to tally them up. As I say, there is an enormous amount of work that goes into this. We do appreciate all of the people. There are many, many people who set the hundreds and hundreds of questions that we go through every year, not just for this, but also for the junior young farmer as well. And if anyone was at that event last night, you will know that that level is very close to the level that we have at those regional finals and those high school students and junior young farmer. Very, very smart young people. We've got 2 former junior young farmer champions in the 7 that we have up here on the stage this evening. Still tabulating? Shall we move on? Oh, yep, moving on. Or can we see them? No. All right. It doesn't matter. We're going to add them all up anyway. So we come now to the round that I really enjoy, which is the rapid fire round. Each of our contestants has 30 seconds to answer as many of 8 questions as they can. All of the other contestants may relax as much as possible. So we have 30 seconds, a maximum of 8 questions, 1 point for every correct answer. You do not drop a point for an incorrect answer. You can pass on a question, but we can't come back to it. Emma, you are first. Your 30 seconds starts now. In what year was the chemical DDT banned?
1912.
No. What cattle breed has the widest horns?
Highland cattle.
No. What is triticum commonly known as?
Triticum vestali.
No. What is the name for drench-susceptible worm populations?
Refugia.
Yes. What does the acronym HWEN stand for?
Health and safety.
No. What are the 2 common power takeoff speeds found on tractors?
540 and 1000.
Yes. Shaver and Highliner breeds of what?
Chicken.
Yes. You got it in time. You picked up that one. DDT banned. Give her a round of applause. DDT banned in 1970, the breed of cattle with the widest horns. Texan Longhorn was the answer we were looking for. Triticum, commonly known as wheat. And HWEN, He Waka Eka Noa, was the answer we wanted. All right, again, a round of applause for Emma Paul. All right, Hugh Jackson, your 30 seconds starts now. What does the acronym NPK stand for?
Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium.
Yes. The bacterium Dichelobacter nodosus causes what disease in sheep?
Foot rot.
Yes. What was the speckled park? Where was the speckled park breed developed?
It was from Scotland.
No. Who founded the virtual fencing company Halter?
Pass.
What percentage canopy cover is required to claim carbon credits?
70.
No. All right. So the ones you picked up, got a couple of the Speckle Park breed developed in Canada. Craig Piggott. You had Piggott. We needed the full name for that. Craig Piggott founded Halter, and 30% canopy cover required to claim carbon credits. Round of applause for Hugh Jackson. Lisa Kendall, you've been here before. You've answered many of these rounds. Your final 30 seconds starts now. What station was Shrek the sheep found on?
Molesworth.
No. What does the acronym DCANS stand for? DCANS.
Pass.
What does the practice of vermiculture refer to?
Pass.
What does the disease acronym BVD most commonly stand
Bovine
for?
viral diarrhea.
Yes. What compound gives grass its green colour?
Chlorophyll.
Yes. The modular system used for Milwaukee's tool storage is known as what?
M12.
No. What is the active ingredient found in white drenches?
Macrolactone.
It's a great attempt, but I was looking for bendamyosol. So, a round of applause for Lisa Kendall. Shrek the sheep was found on Bendigo Station. Dairy Companies Association of New Zealand, DCANS, vermiculture, and I know you know this one, but it's hard under the lights, vermiculture, worm farming. And Milwaukee's modular pack-out system, modular system for tool storage is known as pack-out. You hauled one around the course yesterday. So again, a round of applause for Lisa Kendall. Hello, Mac.
How you doing?
You've only had one go at these 30. Oh, you did some, I think, as a junior?
Online, yeah.
Online, and 30-second rounds and things, yeah? Let's crack on. All right. Mac Williams, your 30 seconds starts now. What nutrient does potash return to the soil?
Potassium.
Yes. What life-threatening disease does Clostridium tetani cause?
Tetanus.
Yes. What is the common name for contagious ophthalmia? Ophthalmia. Contagious
Pass.
ophthalmia. How many teeth are on a standard shearing comb?
13.
Yes. From what country does the Angus breed originate?
Scotland.
Yes. Maya and Yen Ben are varieties of what?
Grapes.
No. What year was Dairy NZ established in New Zealand?
2001.
No. What is the average body temperature of sheep?
38.5. 39.5.
39.5 was the final answer. Judges, will you accept 39.5? Got it in? A thumbs up from the judges. I would accept. You made good use of your 30 seconds. We got through all 8 questions. Here are the ones you didn't pick up. Common name for contagious ophthalmia is pink eye. Maya and Yen Ben, not grapes but lemons, and Dairy NZ was established in 2007. A cracker of a round of applause for Mac Williams. Hello, Nick O'Connor.
G'day.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Good. Ready?
Yeah.
Excellent, because I'm not going to wait. All right. Nick O'Connor, your 30 seconds starts now. What depth is a standard orchard soil sample taken?
15 centimetres.
Yes. What width must vehicles exceed before requiring a pilot vehicle?
2.5 metres.
No. Winter star, jivet, and zoom are varieties of what?
Kale.
No. In livestock production, what does the acronym FCE mean? FCE.
Pass.
Who is the CEO of Federated Farmers?
Miles Harold.
No. The tapeworm parasite, Cysticercus ovis, causes what disease?
Pass.
Pierce's disease is an exotic disease of what?
Grapes.
Specifically?
Wine grapes.
Judges. The answer we want is grapevines. Well, I think will we accept grapes? Grapevines is the one we want. Yep. All right. The width that vehicles... The width that vehicles must exceed before requiring a pilot is 3.1 metres. Winter star, jivet and zoom are varieties of annual ryegrass. In livestock production, FCE is feed conversion efficiency, and CEO of Federated Farmers was with us here at Young Farmers earlier on, Terry Copeland. and Sister Circus Ovis causes sheep measles. Great round. A round of applause for Nick O'Connor. Tell you what, you sit up here under the lights and try to answer these. It is very difficult, as Patrick Crawshaw knows. He's done it before. It's his turn now. How you going, Pat?
Good, mate.
Let's crack on with your 30 seconds, which begins now. What is the common name of Trifolium repens?
White clover.
Yes. In relation to soil, what do neutron probes measure?
Soil moisture content.
Yes. What causes thermoduric grades in the milking plant?
Heat-resistant bacteria.
Yes. The Texel sheep breeds originate from which country?
Belgium.
No. What does PPM stand for?
Personal protective management.
No. What does the acronym DAP stand for?
Diammonium phosphate.
Yes. Where is the largest cattle selling centre in New Zealand?
Canterbury.
No. What effluent treatment system was developed by Ravensdown and Lincoln
Ecopond.
University?
Ecopond.
Ecopond. I'm looking for Cleartech. I would have accepted Cleartech. The Cleartech effluent system is what I was looking for, but you got through all 8. A round of applause for Pat. Texel sheep actually comes from, it's close to Belgium, it's the Netherlands. PPM, parts per million. But personal protective, I don't know, membrane. I'm wearing one now. I would have accepted that.
Oh, Raider.
We don't need to know.
I'm not. And the largest cattle selling centre in New Zealand is actually, it's those beautiful big yards in Fielding is the answer we were looking for. A great round for Patrick Crawshaw. Give him a round of applause. Peter O'Connor, you've sat through a lucky last. You've sat through a whole lot of others. Have you been answering some of them in your head?
Yep.
Excellent. Let's see you answer yours out loud. Peter O'Connor, your 30 seconds starts now. Smart SAM plan aims to control which animal health issue?
Mastitis.
Yes. Who is the Minister of Forestry?
Stuart Nash.
No. What unit is used to measure the power of tractors?
Horsepower.
Yes. What is the common name for Lolium multiflorum?
Annual ryegrass.
No. What is hypomagnesemia known as? Hypomagnesemia.
Grass diggers.
Yes. What is the common name for the chemical sodium fluoroacetate?
1080.
Yes. What root vegetable is commonly grown in Southland?
Spuds.
No. What is... I started so you may answer. What is?
White clover.
Oh, so close. Beetroot. Beetroot was the answer I wanted. What a great round for Peter O'Connor. I think Stuart Nash was the Minister of Forestry, but there were issues. Peeni Henare is currently the Minister of Forestry. Lolium multiflorum is a ryegrass. It's Italian ryegrass. And Beta vulgaris was the other question. You had an absolutely cracking round then. Give Peter O'Connor a round of applause. Look, we have a lot of people bringing kit to the days that we have. I don't know if many of you were at Practical yesterday. You saw the number of those massive New Holland tractors there. They brought them from all over the country. They look sensational. They're an organisation on a mission to find smarter, better, faster ways to make technology simple, accessible and easy to use. Let us have a look at the New Holland video.
Farming. It's a whole new world. It's making new agricultural innovations work for you. It's putting new technologies to work to get more from every square centimetre. It's the people who are beside you every step of the way. It's new ways to farm more. With the strength of an agricultural giant behind everything you do. It's a new world of farmers doing things new. New Holland, the strength behind you.
Brilliant. It's lovely having them on board. And of course, they support the Young Farmer Club Awards nights on Thursday as well. What a cracking night that was. Are we good for points for this round? We are. Got the thumbs up from James. Let's have a look at the points. Emma picked up 3. Hugh and Lisa picked up 2. Mac Williams took 5. Nick took 2. And Patrick and Peter took 4 points each. A round of applause for them through that very grueling 30-second round. I was going to say it gets easier after this, but it doesn't. Round number 3, agricultural round. There are 2 of these rounds this evening, round 3 and round 5. In this round, each contestant is going to be asked one agricultural question and given the opportunity to answer. If it is your question and you get it right, you get 3 points. If you get it wrong, you don't get any points. You don't lose any points either, all right? However, during this round, if any other contestant thinks they know the answer, they can buzz in. We've put the buzzers on silent, but they can buzz in and they will get a chance to answer the question should the person whose question it is, if they get it wrong. However, if the person who buzzes in and answers it right, they get 2 points. If they buzz in and they can't get it right, they lose 2 points. Yeah, this is where we see some real competition coming out. Does that make sense to everyone? 3 points if it's yours. Buzz in, wait for me to call your name, obviously, until you can answer. If the person whose question it is gets it wrong, you'll have a go. You'll get 2 points if you get it. You'll drop 2 if not. Nice and quiet in the crowd. Emma, Paul, you are first. In relation to maize, what does the abbreviation CRM stand for?
Comparative relative maturity.
Comparative relative maturity. Lisa buzzed in as well. You got it right, Emma Paul. Congratulations. 3 points. Hugh Jackson. In which breed did the A1 variant of casein originate?
Friesian, Holstein Friesian cattle.
Sorry?
Holstein Friesian.
Holstein Friesian. Judges, is it a nod or it's yes? Holstein is what we wanted. Peter buzzed in, he knew that one as well. Yes. Lisa Kendall, what destructive caterpillar was discovered in New Zealand in 2022?
Fall armyworm.
Fall armyworm is exactly the answer we're looking for. Mac Williams. What is the common name for calcium carbonate?
Lime.
Lime. Quick on the buzzer. Everybody else, you were going to answer something. What were you going to say?
I was going to say lime too.
Brilliant, you would have got it right, but yeah. Mac got it first. Mac gets 3 points. Nick O'Connor. How many milkings must colostrum milk be withheld from the vat?
4 milkings.
Is not the answer we are wanting for. Hugh, you buzzed in.
8 milkings.
8 milkings is exactly right. Patrick Crawshaw. What is the generally accepted optimum pH range for pastoral soils?
Between 5.6 and 5.8. 5 or 6, actually.
No. Peter.
5.8 to 6.2.
5.8 to 6.2 is exactly the answer we wanted. You snaffled Patrick's. Let's see how you are with yours, Peter O'Connor. What does RFID mean in relation to air tags?
Radio frequency identification device.
Radio frequency.
Radio frequency identification device.
RFID, radio frequency identification device, is exactly the answer we wanted. They're a great university. I didn't go there. Many of their graduates turn up on our stage here, founded in 1878. They're the oldest agricultural teaching institution in the Southern Hemisphere. Let's look at the video from Lincoln University.
As New Zealand's top specialist land-based university, Te Whare Wanaka o Araki, Lincoln University focuses on cultivating a sustainable future for some of the country's largest export sectors, including dairy, meat, horticulture, wine and tourism. Managing the environment is also key to Lincoln's mission. Our graduates and researchers have the expertise to make meaningful contributions to society, growing solutions to real-world problems for the benefit of future generations. That's why Lincoln's graduate employment rate is the highest of any New Zealand university. As a proud sponsor of the Young Farmer of the Year competition, we have a long history of growing agricultural leaders, and we are continuing to do just that as we cheer on all the finalists in this year's event, especially our celebrated alumni. Welcome to Lincoln University, a place to grow.
Indeed. All right, let us have a look. What a great round that was. I love it when someone can buzz in and put the pressure on somebody else. Are we good for points? We are. Thumbs up. Let's have a look how people did. 3 for Emma. Hugh picked up 5. Lisa and Matt got 3. Peter picked up 5 as well as we head into round number 4, the photo identification round. This is a quick buzz around. Contestants will view 8 different photographs. As each one comes up, I will ask a question about it. Any contestant can buzz in. You must wait for your name to be called. 1 point for a correct answer. You drop a point for an incorrect answer. You've got 4 seconds to answer once I say your name. Nice and quiet in the crowd as we head into the photo identification round. First photo. What grafting technique is shown? Lisa.
Whip and tail.
No. What tree disease is shown in this photo? Peter.
Cold red dieback.
Absolutely right. What type of crop is this? Patrick.
Swedes.
Yes. What is this breed of sheep? Mac.
South Dorset.
No. What type of tree is this? Patrick.
Avocado.
Yes. Who won the 2022 Young Butcher of the Year title? Shh. No. What network has this logo? What network has this logo? Who is this person? Patrick?
Kieran McNulty.
He is from your region. It is Kieran McNulty. Let's have a round of applause for the contestants. All right, the answers. Lisa, the answer we wanted was whip and tongue for that grafting technique. Whip and tail, close. Whip and tongue is what we wanted. The breed of sheep, it was a Dorset. It was a Pole Dorset. 2022 Young Butcher of the Year. We had last year's winner with us up in Whangarei, but we do not have with us this year Brad Gillespie. He was the 2022 Young Butcher. Great butcher. And the network that had the logo was the Food and Fibre Youth Network. All right. It takes a team to be able to transport our gear around the country, particularly this year. We were up and down because of weather. There were some ferry issues, but every time we turned up to some remote field somewhere, PTS Logistics had all of our gear there. We are really grateful for the huge support PTS Logistics has given us through their extensive and well-established network across the country. Let's have a look at the video.
Service and quality have no boundary. Commitment and integrity combined with sustainability are the core values here at PTS Logistics. Our highly experienced team focused on innovation ensure outstanding efficiency. Our bespoke transportation equipment was developed locally for our domestic agricultural and construction industries, and to cope with the demands of New Zealand's unique and challenging landscape. Aligning our core values, PTS is dedicated to delivering maximum service without compromising safety. incorporating safety by design with cutting-edge engineering. We've eliminated the need for dedicated loading bays. And we can accommodate all configurations to maximise load efficiency. Utilising our nationwide branch network, we provide a complete end-to-end logistics and warehousing solution. We embrace our community responsibilities here at PTS Group with family values at our core. PTS Logistics deliver in full, on time, within specification. Your proud brands in our safe hands.
All right, shall we have a look at the points? Good to go. So there we go. A couple of people dropped back. Lisa and Matt lost a point. Patrick picked up 3 points, and Peter picked up a point in round 4. Round of applause for all of them in round 4. And as promised, here is round 5. Again, it's the agricultural question round that provided all of that excellent drama just 2 rounds ago. Each contestant is going to be asked one agricultural question and given the opportunity to answer. As with the previous round, if it is your question and you get it right, you get 3 points. If you get it wrong, you lose nothing. All right? Anyone else can buzz in at any stage. If you buzz in and get it right, you'll get 2 points, but if you get it wrong, you will drop 2 points. Everybody clear? Let's go. We're going to start with you, Emma Paul. What coloured tag is on the back of first generation seed?
Red.
No. Peter?
Blue.
Is right. Hugh Jackson. What fleece-producing animal is closely related to the camel?
Alpaca.
That's absolutely right. Lisa Kendall. Other than cattle, name one other host vector of bovine TB in New Zealand.
Possums.
Absolutely right. Mac Williams. In relation to soil mapping, what does EM stand for?
Environmental management.
It is not the answer I'm wanting for. Peter.
Electromagnetic.
Electromagnetic is right. Nick O'Connor. What does FEI stand for in relation to milk?
Fecal egg identification.
That is not right. Emma.
Fat Evaluation Index.
Is exactly what I'm after. Patrick Crawshaw. Which hormone is secreted by the pineal gland to bring sheep into cycling?
Melatonin.
Melatonin. Is he right, Emma?
Yes,
yes,
right.
he is. He's absolutely right, Patrick Crawshaw. You get the point. Final one in the round. Peter O'Connor. What is the common name for Ovis aries?
Sheep.
Sheep. You were a dairy trainee of the year. Did you milk any sheep?
No.
No. But you got it right. Absolutely right. Ovis aries is sheep. I don't know how many sponsors have been with any kind of event for 53 years, but I can tell you who has. It's Honda. We love having them on board. They've got an exit range, enviable reputation for making life on the farm easier and safer. No matter what the job, you can always count on Honda. Just look at the video.
The family's probably had Hondas for close to 40 years.
Both our families have been with Honda for over 30 years, so that comes down to great products and great people.
Our Honda bikes are just like a workhorse. We can't live without them.
We need them every day and we need them to go.
I do about 700 hours a year on one of these bikes, and reliability is probably the biggest thing.
I know with my Hondas I can go where I need to go and I can come home safe.
Every day you know it's going to start yeah, there's never a problem.
Honda's been the main bike on all the farms that I've worked on.
To me, it's the number one in New Zealand.
Exactly. I came here on one and I shall be driving that one back to Auckland tomorrow. I won't be. Let's have a look at the points from round 5. Good to go. Emma Poole, 2. Hugh Jackson, 3. Lisa Kendall, 3. Patrick Crawshaw, 3. Peter O'Connor, 7. The round they have been waiting for, round number 6. Signals the very final thing they can do in the competition. How close are we at this stage? I don't know. But they have 20 questions between them and dinner with their friends and family. So, in this round, 20 quick questions. It's a buzzer round. Buzz in, I will call your name. You have got 4 seconds to answer once I say your name. In this round, a little bit more in the point stake. 2 points for a correct answer, but equally, if you get it wrong when you're buzzed in, it's 2 points off, okay? 2 points for, get it right, 2 points off if you get it wrong. All right, this is the final round. 20 questions left in the competition aspect of the FMG Young Farmer of the Year Season 55 Grand Final. They have come from districts and regionals. They've found themselves here. It is a huge amount of work, a massive amount of effort. They've got 1 round left. Let's give them a round of applause as we head into it. All the very best. Question 1. At 6 months, dairy heifers should be what % of mature live weight, Patrick?
40%.
No. What year was the Huntaway breed recognised by the New Zealand, Patrick?
1962.
No. What does the abbreviation MRL stand for in relation to agri-chemical use? Lisa?
Maximum residue limit.
Is absolutely right. What is in days, what is the gestation length of a sheep? Mac?
150.
That'll do. Who is the current chair of the New Zealand Young Farmers Board? Nick?
Jesse Wade.
Yes. Where on a sheep would you identify the lesions associated, Mac?
Nose and mouth.
It's the other end, I'm afraid. We'll come back to it. Question 7. What type of acid is needed for silage fermentation? Hugh?
Lactic acid.
Yes. Who is the Director General of MPI? Emma?
Ray Smith.
Yes, he is. How far from an ignition source is diesel to be stored? Nick?
10 metres.
No. In cows, hypocalcemia is more commonly known, Emma?
Milk fever.
Is what we want, absolutely right. In ruminants, what is the 4th stomach called, Mac?
Abomason.
Yes, it is. Name the vaccine used specifically to increase the ovulation rate in Hugh?
Androvax.
In sheep, Androvax is right. Well anticipated. What is the name given to trees that shed their leaves in winter? Hugh?
Deciduous.
Yes. What is the primary purpose that Overseer was designed for? Peter?
Calculating nutrients taken off farm for maintenance requirements of fertiliser.
I'm going to go to the judges on that one. They can confer. What is the natural occurring grease in sheep's wool called, Emma?
Lanolin.
Yes. In relation to milking, what does ACR stand for? Emma?
Automatic cut remover.
Yes, it does. Who was the young horticulturalist in 2022? Hugh?
Stuart Martin.
No. How many hectares are considered farmland in New Zealand? Mac?
10.2.
No. What is the scientific name for a pine tree? Patrick?
Pinus radiata.
Yes, it is. Final question. Bush sickness is a sheep. Hugh?
Cobalt.
Bush sickness in sheep is caused by a deficiency in what? Vitamin B12 in brackets, except cobalt. You may return from the edges of your seats. At 6 months, dairy heifers, Patrick, should be 30% of their mature live weight. The Huntaway breed was recognised by the New Zealand Kennel Club in 2013. Mac, where on a sheep would you identify the lesions associated with Brucella ovis? It's not the nose, it's the testicles. How far away from an ignition source is diesel to be stored? I appreciate how safe you are. 10 metres is good, but we'll accept 6 metres as the answer for that. And finally, what is the primary purpose that Overseer was designed for? Nutrient budgeting. We're going to give you that very long essay of an answer. Last one. How many hectares are considered farmland in New Zealand? I would have accepted either not enough or 13.1 million hectares. I would have accepted 13. That is it. They've done all they can. What about a round of applause for Emma, Hugh, Lisa, Mac, Nick, Patrick and Peter? Woo! They can now return to their seats. We're going to have dinner now. I just want to make sure that we acknowledge before we do movable feasts for preparing tonight's meal. We want to show some love as well to the bar team from Event Brew. They have gone out of their way to create a bespoke beer for tonight. So make sure you try the craft beer, the Final Hazy. That's a special recipe from Event Brew. Shh, shh. I also want to thank Silver Fern Farms for sponsoring the meat, Meadow Mushrooms, Whitestone Cheese Company, Barkers of Geraldine, Leader Brand of South Island, Love It Family Farms, Critchell Down Potatoes. They've all been generous tonight. What about a round of applause for them and our contestants? Any one of them are rightful winners of this incredible award, the FMG Young Farmer of the Year. Go and relax and celebrate your incredible journey. We'll see you after the dinner break. All right. Shh. Let's go back to our seats. Hey, now I was at the excellent New Holland Young Farmers Club Awards the other night. New Holland put together a really great video for that. Thought now is probably a good time to have a look at it. Let's turn our eyes to the screen. Brilliant. What about a round of applause for New Holland? Thank you. My favourite moment in that was a guy who appeared to be rounding up a sheep by driving a New Holland tractor across the field. I enjoyed it. All right. Now, I say to all of the contestants, the first half of the show is all about them. We have the quiz, we have the judges. I say to them beforehand, if there's anything they want to challenge in terms of the questions, come and have a chat. We'll talk it over with the judges. There were a couple of questions that we had that were challenged, and that is their right, and rightly so. So there were a couple that we looked at again. Judges conferred, and we have changed our marks on 3 of those questions. So how about a round of applause for the excellent work our judges did? Will it change the outcome of the show? I have no idea. It's not written in my script. All right. What a great quiz. The scoring is so crucial to this. Over the last couple of days, we've had some brilliant scorers. So a massive thanks to Natalie Ward, Steve Finessi, and Judy Kennedy from ANZ for doing an absolutely sterling work during Grand Final week. What about a round of applause for them? And the local ANZ team. So, why are we here? We're here for a number of reasons, but particularly because a long time ago, someone had the brilliant idea to have this competition. The FMG Young Farmer of the Year competition has a very rich legacy that dates back several decades. It began with a vision to recognise and honour the outstanding talents of young farmers across the country. They are the backbone and the future of the agricultural and primary sector. The competition was established as a platform to showcase their skills, their knowledge and their commitment to the food and fibre sector. Over the years, it has grown in scale. I was talking with Eric Roy the other day. He said when he competed in 1975, it was a quiz and an exam. Then we added on the practical session, I think in about 1981, and look at what it has become now as we seek that person who is the absolute pinnacle of what it means to be a farmer and a professional and a leader and an advocate in this industry. As I say, it's a symbol of inspiration. It's a breeding ground for innovation. Young farmers from all over the country compete against each other to prove their determination and to claim the title. Let us take a moment now to appreciate all of the winners over the last 54 years. I think here's a slide of them. What about a round of applause for them? I reckon, this is not in the script, but I reckon there's probably a swag of them in the room. Should we get the winners, previous grand finalists, to stand up? Stand up! There! 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 Over there, look at that! Down there! Brilliant. That guy down the back looked like he competed against Adam. I'm joking. Which Adam? Oh, good one. All right. What a great legacy. I think also the competition, it's not just about people putting themselves up. This provides a benchmark for other little kids. We're talking at an event the other day around Richie McCaw. Richie McCaw didn't become a great All Black because he just wanted to. He saw other great All Blacks and he thought, I can do that. This is a room full of people. We've got agri kids, we've got a whole other people. What they are presented with when we honour this champion tonight is a benchmark for them to put themselves up against and say to themselves, I reckon I can do that. Awards are about providing a point of aspiration as well. That's why we have them. Someone who absolutely knows this contest in and out, a veteran of the experience himself, knows the significance of this event going forward. Will you please welcome from the New Zealand Young Farmers Contest Subcommittee Chair, the wonderful Mr. Joseph Watts. Hello, Joseph. So the great thing about this, you get a lot of people coming back in with their knowledge and their experience. You don't get events like this just coming out of thin air. Hello, Joseph.
G'day. Hello, everyone. There's no doubt that this contest has a rich history with 54 previous winners having stood on this stage, the cloak of knowledge draped over their shoulders, with the industry looking on with respect and appreciation of what they've just achieved. As the contest subcommittee, we see our major role as ensuring that the next 50 people who stand on this stage have the same respect and appreciation as they all did. That they have been tested substantially enough for the industry to stand in awe of what that person has done. Part of ensuring that we can continue to provide this level of contest is to make sure we are adapting with the times we need it and constantly searching for improvement and consistency. The pressure on our human resources, our volunteers, our sponsors and our staff are ever growing, both within the contest and outside of it. This need to look after our people and provide our contestants with a consistent journey was the catalyst for a trial around the district and regional events this year. Waikato Bay of Plenty and Northern Regions ran a combined district and regional event over 2 days, where the top 8 contestants from day 1 moved on to day 2. This was as opposed to the usual 2 to 4 district events per region prior to Christmas, followed by the regional event in the new year. Now, while both these trial events were successful in finding the best young farmer from their region, we did encounter some challenges in Northland due to the flooding. Thank you very much to the conveners and their teams from these 2 regions for sticking their hand up and making these events successful, as with all of our other districts and regionals. Given the success that we did have, we've opened it up to the regions this year to choose whether or not they want to take part in the trial format for this coming season, following which we will make a decision on which format to continue forward with. Whatever that decision is, at its core will be a desire to continue finding the best young farmer in New Zealand. What the best young farmer is means something slightly different to everyone. But what I can tell you is that we are not looking for just traditional farming skills. These men and women don't only need to know how to shear a sheep, they need to be a part of finding value in a product that is struggling to find it itself. Or not only know what breed of sheep is what, but which one to select to supply a meat company with the best cuts for their added value end user contracts in those specific overseas markets, and how to fatten those animals as fast as possible while taking into account both the positive and negative environmental effects, all while creating a system that provides the cash flow to take advantage of these opportunities. There are so many intricate decisions involved in growing food successfully, and the 7 up here are 7 of the best. When you look up here at the 7 finalists, you aren't looking at the people who you want to come and work for you. You're looking at the people who you want to come and work with you. I hope this continues to ring true for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. My favourite moment from that, actually, it's funny the little psychological things that happen in this. I was at the Waibop region. They had their district, and I was there to see them pull the names out of the hat. For those contestants who've got through, they wanted to pull them in a random order, and the first name they pulled out was Emma Danjan, and I thought, oh, game on. All right, and then she went out and absolutely smashed that contest. So all the very best for those regions looking to do that this year, coming up towards the end of the year or early next year. So the current FMG Young Farmer of the Year has had a stellar year, season 54 grand champion. He has represented what being a young farmer in 2023 is all about. He's been an ambassador for the food and fibre sector. He's done us proud. You would have seen him speaking in any number of events. He's always turning up. He has always got a smile on his face. I think he leaves some very big boots to fill. As Tim Danjan comes to the stage, let's give him a round of applause. He's been a champion. As he makes his way up to the stage, let us have a look at what the trophy symbolises that he will be handing over very soon. One moment, Tin. Here's the trophy video.
The new FMG Young Farmer of the Year contest trophy has been handcrafted with raw materials from the land to honour the tradition of the contest, to respect our agricultural past and to recognise the role farming plays in New Zealand. Built of steel, the base showcases our great engineering history. Hart Rimu, the plinth sourced from Poplar Lane following the Canterbury earthquakes, acknowledges our pioneering farmers who would make the most of all materials they'd find. 7 strands of number 8 wire represent the 7 regions of each of the finalists. Starting life as standard coiled fencing wire, each strand was made perfectly straight before being precisely bent to a very acute geometry. Each piece is being polished by hand to achieve a mirror-perfect finish. The frame shape, the helix, presents a sense of momentum in its outward spirals, referencing the continued growth of New Zealand agriculture and its far-reaching impact around the globe. Pounamu has been included to reflect Indigenous agriculture. Sourced from Arahura on the west coast, a beautiful and simple talkie design has been used to echo a commonly used tool. The top and bottom of the crowning ring has inlaid paua sourced from Invercargill, reflecting both the maritime and geographical nature of New Zealand agriculture. The underside uses paua with blue colouring, the top side a natural tone. This recognises our unique position as an island between the sea and the sky, whose name will be added tonight.
Well, your name was added last year. Tim, did they let you take it home and put it on the trophy cabinet?
They let me keep it for a little bit, yeah, but they're pretty quick to get it off me, actually.
Brilliant. Your current champion, Mr. Tim Danjan.
Thanks, everybody. No, it's good to be here, and it's quite different sitting down there watching Emma, and I now know what I've put my poor parents through, so sorry, Mum and Dad. But it's great to be up here, everyone, for one last speech before I become old news and can fade away into the shadows. So the first item on my agenda is a list of thank yous, so please bear with me. Firstly, I want to thank all of the primary sector. That is what ultimately keeps this competition running and at the forefront of what our young people are bringing towards the sector. It is truly amazing. Without that, there would be nothing. I would also like to thank the Young Farmers Organisation, our amazing family of sponsors, but most of all our club members that truly keep the wheels turning of this fantastic club. This is showcased at the Norwood Awards on Thursday night with a few cups of tea, so congratulations to all the club and individual winners there. Finally, I want to thank my own family, Mum, Dad and my 4 sisters for supporting me and enabling to win this fantastic competition last year. But most of all, I want to thank my amazing wife, Jenny, who has pushed me to go after every opportunity that's come my way over the last year. It has been a pretty busy one. So what have I seen out there? I've seen the amazing platform that this contest creates and the power and credibility that it has not only within the primary sector, but also within our urban communities. I've had the privilege to speak to thousands of people, mainly secondary school students within Auckland schools, and tell them about the range of opportunities that are available within the primary sector, of which you know there are many. Not only has it done that, but I've been able to showcase the fantastic things that our farmers are doing on the ground, while also showcasing the opportunities that we're capitalising on and the areas that we're improving in. And although there are a few extremists out there, I can wholeheartedly say that our urban community, by and large, loves us as farmers. So that's something that we really need to be well aware of, and we really need to make sure that we're not pushing back against them, because they do love us. Finally, I have a couple of challenges to lay down, because I'm a competitive person. First of all, to our young farmer members, I challenge you to continue to search with eyes wide open for the opportunities that are available within our sector. I want you to approach and ask to be at the decision-making table, not only to add a young person's perspective, whether it be in the farming environment or the corporate environment, but to also learn and grow from the amazing wisdom and experience that is in front of us. And to our older farmers and sector leaders, I challenge you to open your arms of knowledge and experience to the youth that approaches you, of which many of you do already. But I also want you to seek out and connect with the young people within our fantastic sector. Give them the opportunity and the invitation to join you at your table and grow. And ultimately, what this will achieve is better collaboration within our sector. There is value to be gained by both parties, and that is why the New Zealand Young Farmers Organisation is such a powerful tool, not only for the primary sector, but for our country as a whole. So once again, thank you all for the privilege of allowing me to represent you over the past 12 months. It's been a truly amazing and exciting year and a fantastic couple of days down here in Timaru. Good luck to all of our grand finalists. It's been inspiring watching you over the last couple of days, and I've really enjoyed driving the van around for the team. But most of all, everyone, please get home safe tonight and enjoy the awards. Thank you.
Mr. Tim Danjan. Thank you, Tim. It's been a pleasure. Look, I can honestly say of all of the Young Farmer of the Year grand finalists and champions, Tim Danjan, without a doubt, has been the most recent. But he's only going champion for just a short period of time longer. He will be handing over the trophy and the cloak of knowledge in the very near future. It wouldn't happen, of course, without the great organisation that is New Zealand Young Farmers. Leading that at the reins, CEO, is Linda Coppersmith. So we're going to welcome Linda Coppersmith to the stage right now. Please, a round of applause for Linda. Hello, Linda. Nurturing and empowering young people in the food and fibre sector. That is the force behind the FMG Young Farmer of the Year contest. And of course, it is ably helmed by the team in the head office. in beautiful, beautiful Templeton.
Thanks, Rada. Kia ora tātou, ko Linda Coppersmith, tāku ingoa, ko Ruapehu te moanga, ko Waikato te awa, no Kirikiriroa aho, ko Otatahi tāku kainga anaine. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Good evening, everyone. I might just put this down a little bit. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the Associate Minister for Agriculture, the Honourable Joe Luxton. I'd also like to acknowledge the Leader of the Opposition, Christopher Luxon. Thanks to you both for coming tonight. Oh, a bit breathless. As a special mention, I'd also like to acknowledge Wayne Langford, the newly elected President of Federated Farmers. I had the pleasure of living in Timaru for 5 years in the early 2000s. I loved it here, and the last few days have reminded me why. I'd forgotten about the cold, but everything else is just as I remember. Great weather, great people, awesome community, and great atmosphere. Yesterday's practical day was brilliant. How amazing were those tractors, belting down the paddock. From a health and safety perspective, I was a little anxious, but that's okay, we got there in the end. The organisation and planning of the last 3 days has been awesome. I can't thank Ash, our convener, enough for her commitment. She even came to Whangarei to help us out last year in the rain, so that's how committed she was, and her hard work in delivering these events. She's had a great committee behind her, and I think they also deserve a round of applause. What a very few of you may not realise is that what underpins the success of all of the FMG Young Farmers events is a thriving network of young farmers clubs and members. Not only are they heavily involved at a club and regional level in organising all of this, they are all volunteers and they work damn hard, so we're really proud of them. And not only are they doing that, they're running their clubs and their regions with meetings, bark-ups, fundraisers and community events. They support each other through tough times, such as the dreadful weather events in the East Coast this year. At National Office, we are really proud to support our members and to support their success as individuals and as clubs. So FMG Young Farmer of the Year is the showcase of all that is great about young farmers. The passionate, talented and hard-out, fun-loving young people who are our members put their all into this competition. Watching Tim Danjan over the last 12 months and his dedication to his role as champion, as well as to supporting a thriving food and fibre sector, has been so rewarding for us as an organisation. He's been a true champion, and I'm sure we haven't seen the last of him. I don't think you'll be fading into the background, Tim. Of course, all of this is not possible without the incredible support of our sponsor family, in particular our principal sponsor, FMG. We work in true partnership, and as an organisation, we truly appreciate your support. Of course, it goes without saying that I must thank my team for their amazing job this season. I just rock up and do as I'm told. They do all the hard work. At Young Farmers, we are a team of 13 staff, and together with our wonderful member volunteers, they have delivered yet another successful season of FMG Young Farmer of the Year. Finally, I'll stop talking now. We at National Office know that one of the reasons our members love being part of Young Farmers is for the socialising and the fun. So socialise away tonight, enjoy spending time with your mates and with celebrating the success of whoever takes away the trophy. Be safe, drive safe, and thank you all very much.
Thank you, Linda. As Linda said, the contest is nothing without the many volunteers that give New Zealand young farmers their time and their dedication. They often are in the shadows. We're going to bring them up into the light. So coming into the light, the grand final committee to the stage, Ashley Bell, Olivia Thompson, Alan Harvey, Jake Jarman, Lily Hanson, Dale McElwee, Kane Boyd, John Duncan, Brittany Caldwell, Grace Baldwin and Abby O'Brien. What about a round of applause? Ashley Bell has been on the journey with the New Zealand Young Farmers team for the last 18 months. She was in charge of forming a powerhouse committee of her own to execute this iconic event. She has dedicated, as they all have, countless hours to making the event possible. They have done it with finesse, with grit, with a lot of banter, and just an enormous amount of personal sacrifice. This is the contest committee for 2023. Let's give them a round of applause and hear from Ash. Hi, Ash.
Ooh, I didn't realise there were so many of you out there. Good evening, everyone. If you don't know me, I'm Ash Bell. I'm one of your table talkers. Hi, guys. Just wanted to say a huge congratulations to all of the contestants. You guys have done an amazing job, and I absolutely take my hats off to you because there were so many difficult challenges out there. I want to say a massive thank you to my committee. These guys helped me run everything, and if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have had the most amazing day yesterday. Practical day, technical day, and tonight. So massive round of applause for these guys. I'd like to make a really special mention to Tom Atkins, who isn't here tonight. He's actually in the UK on the Scottish Exchange. He helped plan the farmlet, and we had Alan, Harvey and Kane come in and run that for him, so he did an amazing job. Huge big thank you to National Office, in particular Stacey, Nick, Caitlin and Bree. You guys have been the backbone of all of our planning, executing, all of that sort of stuff. Like everyone said tonight, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our sponsors. So our sponsors have been absolutely amazing, and it's been great to be able to catch up with a few of you individually and have a bit of a chat. And also our supporters for tonight. We do have a very long list, so it just shows how much the community wants to get involved in evenings and practical day like we have. Massive shout out to our red flag judges. You guys have been amazing. Thank you for giving up your time to come and help, and the same with all of our helpers that have been here throughout the week. Again, we wouldn't have been able to do it without you. Venues, thank you so much for having us here tonight. Same with Timaru Girls High School and Winchester Rodeo, Winchester Showgrounds and the Polo Grounds at Winchester as well. And obviously our bar staff and our caterers, we wouldn't be here without you as well. I just want to say this is one of the most rewarding things that you can do. Getting involved in contest and convening a contest. I'm surprised I'm not grey. But it's been one of the most rewarding experiences that I've ever had. So if anyone is interested in convening in your given regions, I suggest putting your hand up if you've got the confidence to do it. But thank you all so much for having us here, and I hope you have a fantastic night.
Thank you, Ashley. Hey, they couldn't have the talent they have on stage here without all of our district and regional teams. We're going to get them to stand up now. So if you are a district convening teams or a regional convening team, let's have you standing so that we can see where you are. Where are they? Stand up. There they are. Let's give them a massive round of applause. Brilliant. We don't get the talent we have up here without them whittling it down to the very, very best they have. All right. Get off. We want to find out who's going to win. They've been great. What about another round of applause for all of the organisers who have done all of this? So good. We travel around, we've got the 7 regionals. I literally turn up into a field and I read aloud, or I come to a lectern and I talk. That's all I do. I want to give a shout out to Bree Dalgleish. She does the Agri Kids. She's had 600 kids through this year. It was her bright idea to go, you know what I reckon would make the Agri Kids final better? Tiny horses. She managed to get all of those tiny horses in a field at Winchester yesterday and had 21 teams of kids go through and deal with them. She's magnificent. Caitlin Logan, who does the FMG Junior, so many schools to liaise with, and then all of a sudden in the middle of a field we have to put a contest like this together with our buzzers and whatnot. Brilliant. If you know Jake, who's now spotted sponsorship manager. He got his mate Nick over from Australia, his Navy mate, to renovate his house and then convince Nick to join this circus around the country, and Nick has been fantastic. I love being in a head-to-head and looking across. Inevitably, there is Nick standing in the middle of the field, everything under control, smiling and thinking, I'm sure to himself, New Zealanders are really weird. And all helmed by the incomparable Stacey Barnett. We do appreciate that. And again, you see what we've got here tonight. James Campbell turns up every week. He does all the sound in the field. He loads into venues big and small around the country. The set that we have here, it has never malfunctioned in all of the time I've been working with James. He is an absolute legend. What about a round of applause for all of them? They make it seamless. Let's meet some winners. Agri-Kids. Boy, I tell you what, I would do this if it was just the 7 grand finalists, but it is my absolute favourite part of the entire cavalcade, these Agri-Kids. We've got 21 teams of incredible Agri-Kids. We had whittled them down from many, many others through the provinces, and here we are. 21 teams turned up with their enthusiasm, their infectious laughter. It hasn't gone unnoticed. From 8 to 13 years of old, the kids have put their remarkable minds together to navigate through a series of challenging modules, an agricultural-style pub quiz and a complex race-off drawing on Aorangi agriculture, and none of them were bitten by tiny horses. Going to like to invite Tim Dunn, CEO of Bushbuck, to the stage to name the winners, and we'll bring them up to the stage as well so you can see who they are. Let's have a round of applause for Tim Dunn. "21 teams of kids. They are brilliant." Hi, Tim.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, mate.
So the 2023 Agri-Kids champions are legendary Flynn Wallace, Charlie Clark, and Georgie Heaven.
Here they are.
From Mount Somers, Springburn. Come on up.
All the way. Look how tiny they are. They're going to bring them up onto the stage to give them their... All right. And we'll bring you out to the middle here. Let's come out here for a photo as well. Let's come out here into the lights. Hey, mate, how you doing? Look at these little whippersnappers just here. There, stay. Is that good? Bear in mind everybody else who wins. This is where we're coming. Look at them. Look at their little faces. Aren't they great? Congratulations. Your moment in the lights is over. All right. Honestly, you know, if you've been to any of these regionals, you know these kids, and we see them aging as they come through. They turn up all wide-eyed and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and they come back year after year after year, and we love them. We're also very much in love with Bushbuck. Let's have a look at their video. Brilliant. You're right. FMG Junior Young Farmers. The FMG Junior Young Farmers are our future young farmers. They're a brilliant bunch to watch, aged 13 to 18. The FMG Junior Young Farmers compete in teams of 2. They have a number of tasks over a few days. They sat an exam, they completed their modules and their farmlet, they delivered speeches. And the top 5 teams faced a head-to-head quiz exactly like this last night, and I think probably at a level that we normally see at a regional level. How good are they? We've seen one person recently come through from the FMG Junior and become the FMG Young Farmer of the Year in James Robertson. There are 2 former champions here tonight To meet this year's winners, we're going to invite from Lincoln, Hamish Gow, the Sir Graham Harrison Professional Chair in Global Value Chains and Trade, to present to you the FMG Junior Young Farmer winners.
The 2020 FMG Junior Young Farmer of the Year champions are Zoe and Miller McElroy from Columbia College and John McGlashan College.
To give you a sense of how much support is within the community, I've seen these kids come through. I think you were fourth, and you were fourth, and you were fourth, and this year you took it out. Great mentorship, a massive thanks to many, many people who helped, and two former grand champions, Logan Wallace and Nigel Woodhead, gave them a hand as well, and they did such a great job. So come out to the centre, receive the photograph. There is Hamish. There they are, Zoe and Miller. All the way from beautiful Milton. The FMG Junior Young Farmer of the Year winners. All right, we changed it up a little bit this year as well. We had the inaugural FMG Region Off. Ask any farmer to name New Zealand's best farming region, they'll give you the same answer. It's my region. So now it's time to settle it. The FMG Region Off has seen 7 New Zealand young farmer regions go head-to-head to win the top region for 2023. The Agri Kids, the FMG Juniors and the FMG Young Farmer Grand Finalists teamed up for a regional rural showdown to try to win $5,000 for a local good cause chosen by them. The FMG Region Off kicked off on the 7th of June. Participants have been taking part in a variety of community-focused challenges in the Be Farm Strong Challenge while also giving back to their community. Points were earned for each region through public voting and completing these small community-focused challenges in the Be Farm Strong Challenge, as well as winning region-specific categories over the competition in the last 3 days. They picked up points from that. Going to invite to present the award and to announce the winner from FMG, Jackie McIntosh. Who I will just say, I was in the field yesterday, I was in Auckland last week, I bought some very sexy fingerless gloves. They didn't do any good at all. She took the gloves off her own hands and put them onto mine.
I did, and then what did you say in front of a bunch of like 10 to 13-year-olds?
I'm not sure, probably something
Did
entirely
I
appropriate.
double gloved you? How appropriate that was, anyway.
I still don't even really know what that means. Jackie, hey, before you announce the winner, I should probably say what they're going to win, eh? Because you guys have chucked in a whole lot of stuff. Thanks to FMG, it's a $5,000 donation to their local good cause, $1,000 to the region's FMG Young Farmer of the Year Grand Finalist, $1,000 to be split amongst the FMG Junior Young Farmers of the Year Grand Finalists, and $1,000 to be split among the region's Agri Kids and Grand Finalists.
Good?
Yes.
Sweet. Look, it's been my real privilege this year to go to most of the regional finals and to be here at the final this year. And what I can say is that every time you go out, you just see such a huge amount of community spirit. So it's my pleasure to be able to announce that the winner for this year, a community that has suffered a huge amount of adversity, and a community that has continued to come together, the East Coast.
Brilliant. If you are from the East Coast, stay where you are. We're going to get your representative, Mr. Pat Crawshaw, to come up and accept it on your behalf. What a great region. There is Pat Crawshaw making his way to the stage. What I love about watching Pat, never in a hurry. Never in a hurry. Oh, hello. Thank you very much. Brilliant. Congratulations. I'll come out, get the photograph. You guys get this for this year. What a great region. What about a round of applause for East Coast? And if you are from East Coast, we've got our photo wall later on. Let's get all of our East Coast people down there for a photograph after the end of the evening. All right. The FMG Young Farmer of the Year represents the modern farmer who holds a lot of different skills. We have talked about that through the course of the evening. How do we find them? This figurehead of generational change in one of history's oldest enterprises. Well, this year, the scoring represents the notion of what qualities are needed in a modern farmer. In a world where the traditional concept of farmer is constantly being disrupted. Of course they have to have the physical skills. Of course they've got to have the mental skills. They've got to have relationships to people, technology, and environment. They're all crucial. So the scoring is based around 5 challenges. Community footprint. This project assesses each contestant over 4 key areas. Well-being, New Zealand young farmers' involvement, advocacy for a cause, and their involvement with their local communities. Number 2, agribusiness. This challenge consists of the Market Innovation Project and a strategic exam which took place on Thursday's technical day. Contestants were challenged to bring innovative ideas to improve the financial, environmental and social impacts of farming businesses. In the agri-skills, on practical day, they are just that, agri-skills. 7 hands-on modules on a 2-hour farmlet tested each grand finalist with the more tactile parts of their skill set. Agri-sports. Alongside the modules on Fridays, you witness each contestant battling it out in 2 brutal head-to-head challenges. And finally tonight, you saw it, the agri-knowledge exam. We are well aware that the modern farmer needs some brain power in doing what it is they do. They always have. But this is an ever-evolving sector, and the challenge that you saw tonight is designed to test their contestants' people skills through a human resource task, their ability to discuss current agricultural topics with their speech, and of course the general agricultural knowledge that we saw here in the quiz tonight. They have to be all-rounders. At this stage, any one of the 7 could be the winner. They're all winners just by being here, but soon some of them are going to be slightly more winny than others. And we're going to start with the Community Footprint Sustainability Challenge Award. This is sponsored by the good folks at the Environmental Protection Authority who know the importance of young people like Young Farmers members who continue to build positive culture within rural communities and do this by adding value to committees and community groups, by not just belonging but by being active contributors and leaders. To present the award, we welcome the Chief Executive of the Environmental Protection Authority, Dr. Alan Freeth. Let's have a look at the video as he comes to the stage.
A huge congratulations to all the finalists from the whole team at the EPA. We're incredibly proud to support our country's future farmers to be environmental leaders on a world stage.
There's examples of positive environmental change all around us, really. One of the greatest things that I see with incorporating the environment and the thought process into your business is the way that it brings communities together.
So on my farm growing up, one thing we did for the environment was fencing waterways. We've seen big improvements there with a 5-metre buffer zone. We've seen big results with opening of the waterways from the obviously reduced nitrate leaching. It's opened up and there's heaps of freshwater crays and all that moving back in there now.
Farming has long held a central role in New Zealand's economy and our way of life, and the way we farm, now and into the future, will have a huge impact on our natural environment. The next generation of farmers are smart, they're connected, they're keen to adopt new ways of working, and they're invested in building the most sustainable future for New Zealand. The relationship between the EPA and New Zealand young farmers is incredibly important. Together, we need to make a real difference for New Zealand.
Brilliance. And Paul and Alan, the team, and everyone else who's been at the regionals have been great. The Community Footprint Challenge, awarded to the contestant who displayed the most involvement and leadership in rural communities, with the key elements being well-being, New Zealand young farmers' involvement, advocacy for a cause and local community. They're going to take $3,500 in cash away. Dr. Alan Freeth, Chief Executive.
Thank you.
You've got the name.
The winner of the FMG Young Farmer of the Community of the Year Community Footprint category is Patrick Crawshaw.
So congratulations to Patrick Crawshaw. I sat through his presentation in that particular module and it was unbelievable. A very, very worthy winner of the Community Footprint Challenge. We'll come out to the middle to get our photograph. So there we go. Let's pop out there. Work safer here, so I will say don't fall off the stage. There we go. Round of applause for the Community Footprint Sustainability Challenge. Patrick Crawshaw. Thanks very much to EPA. All right, the Agribusiness Challenge. Ravensdown has kindly sponsored our Agribusiness Challenge as they continue to show us that having strategic and innovative knowledge in the financial, environmental and social aspects of the business is the key to success. I'm going to welcome Nikki Hislop, Central South Island Farmer Director, to the stage. As she does, we'll look at the Ravensdown video.
From sunrise to sunset, nature calls the shots. But if you look after the land looks after you. It's a relationship that's not always easy, and that's why we're here. Ravensdown is a cooperative owned by farmers, and for 40 years we've been at the heart of the food and fibre value chain. Every day we're helping grow more productive and sustainable businesses with nutrients, quality assurance, biosecurity and cutting-edge technology that promises to revolutionise emissions reduction. So whatever future generations need, you'll always have the right partner by your side. A leader in product, tech and research, who at the end of the day also makes a pretty mean cuppa.
Brilliant. And it's awarded to the contestant with the highest scores across the Market Innovation Project and Strategic Business Exam. They'll take away $2,500 Ravensdown Professional Development Package. Nikki.
Thank you. And the winner of the Agribusiness Challenge for 2023 is Lisa Kendall.
So congratulations to Lisa Kendall. I had the great privilege as well of sitting through her presentation in that business challenge, and again it was an absolute cracker around the ability to have very strong animal welfare standards with the SPCA brand, her own stock are like that, in order to give you access to a market for those consumers who want to be absolutely guaranteed of the welfare of the animals they will then consume for their dinner. A round of applause for Lisa Kendall. The Agri Skills Challenge is sponsored by WorkSafe, who teach us the skills are only valuable when health and safety is top of mind. Going to invite Juan Luis Toledo to the stage. He's the Agricultural Engagement Lead as we have a look at the WorkSafe video.
So I think that farmers in general are getting better at taking a health and safety first approach rather than how to get the job done fastest approach.
Like fatigue coming into your workplace or on the farm, I think it's about being really aware of your personal state of mind or your personal energy flow and things like that during the workday. And so if you've got tasks that are in front of you that could pose a risk, obviously taking time to properly execute them.
It's important to be healthy and safe on the farm because you've got to go home at night. So your safety is #1 priority. If you're not looking after yourself, how can you look after other people?
Part of running an effective business is having a highly functioning team. So checking in with your staff members in your team and making sure that they are happy and healthy and safe in what they're doing is a huge part of any business.
You're not always going to be 100%, but if you can be as on top of your game as possible as much of the time, it's a good thing and it'll set you up for success.
When you're rushing on the farm, you cut corners and that really compromises your safety and the safety of others as well.
Health and safety on the farm is really important. At the end of the day, you obviously want to come home in one piece. Your animals rely on you to be healthy and keeping them well looked after, so that starts with you.
Brilliant. Helping young farmers become old farmers since forever. The Agri-Skills Challenge is awarded to the contestant with the highest scores across the modules and the farmlet. They'll take away a $2,500 NZ Safety Blackwoods voucher. Who's going to win it?
I would tell you rather. Kia ora katoa. The winner of the FMG Young Farmer of the Year Agri-Skills category is Peter O'Connor.
So, congratulations to Peter O'Connor for taking out the Agri-Skills Challenge across the modules and the farmlet. We'll get his photo there. Probably the biggest health and safety risk of the entire weekend was the potential damage to the ego of the contestants by having to do a zany jump for a video. Here we go. What about a round of applause for Peter O'Connor? Thanks, WorkSafe. The Agri-Sports Challenge. Milwaukee is our Agri-Sports Challenge sponsor, and regardless of your trade or the task at hand, you can rely on Milwaukee Systems to have a cordless solution to get the job done. Going to welcome Jeff Polkinghorn, the General Manager, to the stage as we have a look at the Milwaukee video. Brilliant. All right. Tell you what. Jeff, there is stuff in there, I don't even know what it does, but that thing that wiggles out, I want one of those. All right. Hey, and your kit has been really, thank you, it's been showcased around the country. I'm sure you've really won hearts and minds with the great gear you've had. Agri-Sports Challenge awarded to the contestant with the highest scores across the head-to-head and Agri-Sports Challenges. They will win the $5,000 Milwaukee voucher and prize pack. Jeff.
And the winner of the FMG Young Farmer of the Year Agri-Sports category is Nick O'Connor.
So, Nick O'Connor, the younger brother. He saw his brother take line honours, but what Nick O'Connor did was he came just behind him, but everything he did was slightly better than his brother. I'm just saying. It's going to be a great Christmas in the O'Connor house. A round of applause for Nick O'Connor, winner of the Agri-Sports Challenge. The Agri-Knowledge Challenge is sponsored by the Ministry for Primary Industries, who educate us on the ever-evolving food and fibre sector to improve productivity, seize export opportunities and protect New Zealand from biological risk, and ensure the food we eat is the safe and best in the world. We're going to invite, to represent MPI, the Honourable Joe Luxton, to the stage as we have a look at the MPI video.
Kia ora koutou katoa. Hi everyone. MPI is proud to support this year's Young Farmers Contest. We've been backing New Zealand young farmers to succeed for many years now, and that's because you're our future leaders. And you continue to show huge amounts of talent, energy, passion and commitment. And all of your hard work will ensure our rural communities remain vibrant, productive and connected. Our vision at MPI is for New Zealand to be the world's most sustainable producer of food and primary products, and you all have a vital role to play. The nominations for this year's contest are solid proof that our future is in very good hands. Thanks for the hard work you do each day, ensuring our success of our food and fibre sector and our rural communities. Best of luck, everyone. Ngā mihi nui, kia koutou katoa.
Thank you, Ray. All right, so the Agri-Knowledge Challenge awarded to the contestant with the highest scores across the HR Challenge, the speech and the quiz. They will win a 72-hour survival kit, which should see them right to get out of Timaru, I suppose. I don't know. and an MPI prize pack. It is a great prize. Joe, who's going to take away the Agri Knowledge Challenge?
The winner of the FMG Young Farmer of the Year Agri Knowledge category is Peter O'Connor.
So for the second time tonight, Peter O'Connor adds to his swag. He's got the 72-hour survival kit and the Agri Knowledge Challenge prize. He also has the Agri Skills Challenge and the $2,500 safety voucher from Blackwoods. Round of applause for Peter O'Connor. Thanks, Joe. Top 3. We've had a spread across the modules. We all remember here a few years back when the module winners were named and then the grand finalist was somebody who hadn't won a single module. Will it happen again tonight? We saw it last night with the FMG Juniors. How close is it going to be? Let's begin the countdown. Third place, I'm going to invite Caitlin McKenna, representing Honda. She's the campaign and marketing manager, to the stage to present the third place winner with their prize, the $5,000 cash reward from FMG, the $1,000 New Holland voucher, the first aid kit, the personal locator beacon, and the MPI prize pack. Let us welcome Caitlin McKenna.
The FMG Young Farmer of the Year third place goes to Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson? Here is Hugh Jackson. Not his first prize this week at the Club Awards the other day. He won the prize, I think, for being just the best dude to have around whenever you want to have a club event. Is that right? Is that what it was for? Yeah, good. What a great smile he's got. A round of applause for Hugh Jackson. I've seen him around a little bit over the last few days. His name is Murray Grant. He is Commercial Business Manager. He's up on stage to represent New Holland and to name the second place winner. The winner is going to take home the $7,500 cash reward from FMG, the $2,000 New Holland voucher, a first aid kit, a personal locator beacon, and the MPI prize pack. Murray Grant. Receiving the certificate and the name.
And the winner of the FMG Young Farmer of the Year, second place, goes to Peter O'Connor.
Peter O'Connor. He got the Agri Knowledge Challenge. He got the Agri Skills Challenge. He's second. I'll tell you what, he is a hell of a competitor and a nice guy. What about a round of applause for Peter O'Connor? I think this is about the most exciting part of my entire year. We heard from Adam Heath earlier on, CEO of FMG. We're going to bring him back now to name the winner. Also going to invite Tim Danjan onto the stage to present the Cloak of Knowledge to the winner. The winner is going to take home, not the Cloak of Knowledge, it's precious, the trophy for a short time. They are going to take home the $15,000 cash reward from FMG, $3,000 cash reward from the Environmental Protection Authority, a $5,500 Ravensdown Professional Development Package, a New Holland Boomer 25 Tractor and Loader Package or International Sustainability Experience, a Honda TRX 520 FA6 ATV, a Lincoln University and Rural Leaders Joint Scholarship for the winner's choice of either a Kellogg Rural Leader Program or the Value Chain Innovation Program, a $5,000 Milwaukee voucher and a Milwaukee prize pack, $2,000 farmlands voucher, first aid kit, personal locator beacon, and an MPI prize pack, and a $1,500 bushbuck voucher. But most importantly, they will be season 55 grand champion of the FMG Young Farmer of the Year. Put us out of our misery, Adam Heath.
With pleasure. The season 55 FMG Young Farmer of the Year is Emma Poole.
Yes, folks, it was about time. We have seen some sensational women coming through this competition. Here she is. Let's get a photo. Adam, stay there. We'll get a photo with Adam. We have seen back-to-back siblings take it out. I know the Caddo boys took it out back in the 80s, but here they are. Tim Danjan, his sister, Emma Poole. Bring the flowers out. I think they're going to be for Chris. Huh? Come this way, Emma. Hi, mate. All right, so I think you know the drill. Anyone you'd like to thank? Anything you'd like to say as you cement your place not only in the history of this competition, but in the history of New Zealand agribusiness?
Yeah, take a deep breath there, I think. There's a few people to thank, definitely. And we've finally knocked the grass ceiling off this roof, I think someone was saying. I say we've because it's a long chain of beautiful women that have worked hard to get here. So thank you to everyone that's put in a huge effort, and it's a beautiful display of equality out there and the way that the sector's heading. So thank you very much for that. And of course, on a more personal level, I've got a beautiful wife, a husband. He's going to look dapper holding those flowers. We've got such a dynamic relationship, me and Chris, and I'm so lucky to have him as a partner. We can slip into each other's roles at any time. So he's been breastfeeding Bo beautifully. So it's pretty special to have him as a husband. So thank you for all your support. And obviously, I've got the most amazing family. Tim's my favourite brother. What a role model he's been, and he's been created by two beautiful parents, Robin and Lyle, and they've supported us endlessly. So it's pretty challenging for parents to sit through this multiple times and the stress. So thank you very much for that. And it took me a while to get up here because I had to hug three beautiful sisters on the way as well. So their support's unconditional as well. And of course, this wouldn't be possible without Young Farmers and the beautiful sponsor family. You don't know how much your sponsors, how far your sponsorship goes, and I've seen it within Tim and Dad's own mum's own farming system, and how far those prizes go and how much support it means for them and all of us in the farming sector. So keep doing the great work that you're doing here. And young farmers plays a huge role in the future of everything that we do. So incredibly lucky to be standing here tonight representing everyone. And of course, you know, the other contestants, the subcommittee said to us before we came up tonight that they had no idea who or where the points were, but they were already happy with the winner. So that's a reflection of how great the contest was, and you've seen the points distributed between everyone evenly tonight because it was just so close up there. So, yeah.
We're going to find out how close it was in the very near future.
In the very near future.
The very near future. But in the meantime, you are the winner of this. I want to get our Agri Kids. Let's get the Agri Kids and the FMG Junior champions up as well. Let's get a photo of you and Chris as well. Come on, Chris. For those of you who don't know, many of you will, Chris is a great competitor as well. He was second to Tim last year. Boy, oh boy, a family conversation's going to be interesting in the pool house over the next little while. What about a round of applause for both Chris and your champion, Emma Poole? All right, you scooch off with the flowers, Chris. Emma, you stay. Let's get Zoe and Miller and our wonderful little legendaries up here as well. These are your champions for 2023 season 55 of the FMG Young Farmer of the Year contest. There they are. Yes, Miller. Brilliant. I tell you what, we're going to see each and every one of them a lot in the future. They are great as they go down the stairs. Let's give them one more round of applause. To the rest of the FMG Young Farmer of the Year contestants, you did a phenomenal job. We know how much time you have taken out of your lives to make this competition what it is. You do not get to have great champions without them being pushed and prodded all the way to greatness. We would love to recognise your dedication, courtesy of FMG, with a $2,000 cash reward for the rest of the contestants. Also, tonight we have many other winners. I get to see many across the sector. They are the future leaders. We've got Regan Judd here, the 2022 Young Horticulturalist of the Year, and Jack Symes, the 2023 Dairy Manager. What about a round of applause for them as well? I know, I'm pretty sure it was close. I never know how close it is. I sensed there was a lot of tallying going on. Do you want to know how close it was? In the 2023 FMG Young Farmer of the Year, this is how the scores washed up. By, I can't do maths, by 3/5 of bugger all, as my granddad said, Emma Poole takes it from Peter O'Connor. It is so very close. What a great competitor you are, Peter. Hugh Jackson and Pat Crawshaw, again, only a couple of points in it. Very close to Nick, close to Lisa and Mac Williams. What about a round of applause for all of the contestants? Holy moly. When things are that close, you know that the contest has been absolutely even and any one of them could have taken it out at any moment over the last 3 days. They're all champions. We appreciate having them here. We appreciate having you here as well, coming to beautiful Timaru. We've had a great time here, one of the best weekends we've had in a long time weather-wise. That's nothing that anyone can control. Ken Ring, I don't know. Maybe you can. No shortage of cookers out there who think you will. We just want to thank as well. Please check the MZ Young Farmers website for more contest scores, for videos, for pictures throughout the grand final weekend. All of the scoring results are available on the New Zealand Young Farmers website on Monday morning. The Brad Staley Band is going to kick off shortly. We're going to make sure you get a ride home safely. Shuttles are going from 10:30 to 1:30. There are 3 drop-off locations as close as possible to the accommodation. We are in my home part of the world next year, the beautiful Waikato Bay of Plenty region. May I say to you, this is a great event. For those of you who came and watched tonight, your job is really simple. Celebrate what you have seen at events like this. Tell those positive stories. There is no shortage of negativity in this sector, and much of it is entirely unwarranted. When you see the skills and the talent of people coming into this sector, when you see the committees and the subcommittees and the various people volunteering, when you see the sponsors stepping forward, I think we are in for a very, very bright future. In 10 and 20 and 30 years' time, the people you see on these stages around the country are going to be the ones that are driving agriculture and agribusiness and the primary sector here and around the world. They are champions. Sing their songs to the rafters. When you turn up to places and someone starts moaning at you, go, hang on a sec, I want to tell you about something amazing I saw just the other day. It might be a person or an innovation or a product or a community who did something great. It is up to us to sell our stories and to sing those songs, because without them, we will be in a vortex of negativity that, as I say, is unwarranted. That is your job over the next 12 months. We will see you back in Waikato Bay plenty for FMG and the FMG 2023 55th season of it. That is it. We're done. Enjoy the night. Take care.